Hello guys, welcome to our channel. In this series, we are going to learn about how to create a simple web application using the Django framework. So basically, we all know now Django framework is using everywhere. So basically, what is mean by Django? So Django is nothing but a Python-based web framework that allows us to quickly create efficient web applications. It is also called batteries included framework. Why? Because Django provides built-in features for everything, including the Django admin interface and default database like SQLite 3, etc. So when you are building a website, right, you will always need a similar set of components like a way to handle your authentication, like signing up, signing in, signing out. And the next thing is a management panel for your website, forms, and a way to upload the files, etc. So for this and all, we need some similar set of components. That's why Django gives you ready-made components to use, and that too for rapid development. Next is why we are using Django framework in Python. So basically it is excellent documentation and high scalability, and also used by the top MNCs and companies such as Instagram, Discourse, Spotify, YouTube, Bitbucket, Dropbox, etc. Like this, right? The Django framework can be used in top MNCs, and the list is never ending. Easiest framework to learn and rapid development, and batteries fully included. And the next thing is the last but not least reason to learn Django is Python. Python has huge library and features such as web scraping, machine learning, image processing, scientific computing, etc. One can integrate it all this with web application and do lots and lots of advanced stuff. So these are the advantages we are having in Django framework. That's why people nowadays using Django framework. The history of Django framework. Django framework was invented by Lawrence Journal World in 2003. Initially, right, it was released in the public was July 2005. Now the latest version of the Django is 4.0.3. That was invented in that was released in March 2022. Next is Django architecture. So basically, if you take any framework or any programming language, we have some architecture. That's how the programming will be composed. So here, right, in Django also we have some of the architecture. So Django, right, is following MVT architecture. Basically, what is mean by MVT? MVT is a software design pattern for developing a web application. MVT structure as the following three parts like models, views, and templates. So, what is mean by model? Model is nothing but model is going to act as the interface of your data, and also it is responsible for maintaining the data, and it is the logical data structure behind the entire application and is represented by the database. Like generally you can take a relational database such as MySQL, Postgres. So likewise, so it will act like a logical data structure. Next is view. What does mean by view? View is nothing but it is the user interface, what you see in your browser when you render your website. It is represented by the any front end. We can take as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Jinja files. Okay, so next is template. Template is nothing but we consist of static part of the desired HTML output, as well as some special syntax describing how dynamic content will be inserted. Okay, basically it will be like our front end design. Okay, so this is the Django architecture. So next is popularity. Popularity of the Django. So what does mean by popularity of the Django? Any guesses? So basically, right, Django is useful for used in many popular sites like Discuss, Instagram, and Client Foundation, Mac Author Foundation, Mozilla, and National Geographic, etc. There are more than 5K, that is 5,000 online sites based on the Django framework. Okay, and also right. So next is popularity of the Django. So in Django, Django is used in popularity of the Django. Django is used in many popular sites like so next thing is popularity of the Django. So Django is used in many popular sites like us Discuss, Instagram, Knight Foundation, MacArthur Foundation, Mozilla, National Geographic, etc. There are more than 5,000 online sites based on the Django frameworks. The sites like Hot Framework that access the popularity of the framework by counting the number of GitHub projects and Stack Overflow questions for each platform. Here, Django is in the sixth position. So, web frameworks often refer to themselves as opinion, opinionated or unopinionated. So, based on opinions, right, it's about the right way to handle any particular task. Django is somewhat opinionated, hence, this delivers the both worlds, that is, opinionated and unopinionated. So, next is feature of the Django. So, what does mean by feature of the Django? We have some set of points like versatility of the Django. So Django can build almost any type of website. Uh, you can take it can also work with any client-side framework, and it can also deliver content in any format such as HTML, JSON, XML, etc. So some sites, right, which can be built using Django or like wikis, social networks, news sites, etc. Next is security. security in the sense, since the Django framework is made for making web development easy, it has been engineered in such a way that it automatically do the right things to protect the website. For example, in the Django framework, instead of putting a password in cookies, the hashed password is stored it stored in it, so that it cannot be fetched easily by the hackers. So that's what we call it as security. Next is scalability. Scalability is nothing but Django web nodes have no stored state. They scale horizontally, like just fire up more of them when you needed them. Being able to do this in the essence of good scalability. Instagram and Discuss, right, are two Django based product that have millions of active user, and this is taken as an example of scalability of the Django. Hope you can understand what is meant by scalability. And next feature is portability. So in portability, in the sense, all the codes of the Django framework, right, are written in the Python, which runs on many platforms, which leads to run Django 2 in many platforms such as Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. So these are the common features we have it for Django. So next is Django working process. So working process is nothing but so whenever, right, if you take a project, Django basically give a request. Okay, basically first thing is it will give the request using the URL. Once the URL is received, right, Django checks in the urls.py file and calls the view that matches the URL. Next, the view part, right? It located in the views.py. It checks for the relevant models. Okay, models that we stored, that is imported from the models.py, and then the views, right, that sends the data to the specific template in the template folder, and then the template which contains the HTML and Django tags, and with the data it returns finished the HTML content and back to the browser. These are the basic steps for simple web application made with the Django. This working process, right, just understand it while we are doing real time scenario, right, while we are creating the project. It will be more useful for you to understand the process. Just understand it now. Okay, so in later classes, right, we'll be seeing all the stuffs. And, by next video, I will be uploading how to install Python and how to install the Django. Upcoming series, right, in upcoming videos, right, we'll be discussing all the basic things to create the simple web application using Django. Okay, so hope this video is helpful for everyone. And this video, right, I mainly creating for the freshers or the beginners. So make sure you guys watching the video from the beginning, and for more future videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you found my videos helpful, then please share my videos with your friends and colleagues. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.